Hi there, welcome back. This is not only a dev diary today, it's about Rule Britannia, innovate and industrialize in Europa Universalis 4. Rule Britannia is coming soon. There's no date there. This is the official announcement in the forums. It looks quite nice. You can make it bigger, but that's already big enough, right? You can already see what it's about. There's some coal here. Coal is an innovation that is coming. There's definitely innovativeness coming. There are people who are working hard. There's the English, or rather the British, admiral. So there's new ways to steer your ships. The industrialization is coming. It's about the Navy a little bit. And let's just watch the announcement trailer together. It's very short and looks fine.
We've built our empire with sail and muscle. We shall keep it through coal and ingenuity. The spinning jenny and the flying shuttle. Pig iron and the steam engine. We are challenged by nations trapped by tradition, governed by the vestiges of a dying past. Be bold. Be innovative. Dare to create. The triumphs of tomorrow will owe more to the balance sheet than the enlistment rolls. Rule Britannia.
And there's also a first look of Rule Britannia, which I've linked in the end screen as well. In case you want to watch that, that's with DDR Jake. And I have the impression that this was also done by DDR Jake or spoken. It has the same kind of vibe. Maybe he's saying, hey, this is boss's thing. I'm doing that. And he's doing it very well. So, the new features include, let's just look at it from the bullet points here. And later we're going on to the pre-order page where it looks more fancy. But so, just the ideas we have. New British missions. We've already seen that they've innovated the mission system. And there's now also exclusive mission trees for England, Scotland and Ireland embedded in the new Europa Universalis mission system. The Industrial Revolution. Highly developed provinces may produce coal in the late game, fueling higher productivity and greater wealth. Speaking of a 5% increase in productivity. For your empire, if you have one coal that has a furnace to it. You need to build that furnace, of course. And innovativeness, earn rewards for being the first nation to unlock new knowledge, including lower power costs and lower decay of army and naval tradition. The Naval Doctrine adopted general strategy for your fleets, giving you bonuses to ship maintenance, trade power, or battle performance. Yeah, the trifecta, so to say. An Anglicanism, a new Protestant faith can appear in England with new bonuses and religious choices, and also a plus 50% bonus to innovativeness. Knowledge sharing, help your lagging allies or subjects by promoting the spread of institutions in their realms from their capitals on for 10% of their income. Then trade steering, force your defeated enemies to have their merchants fill your coffers. That's really cool. And of course, there's some extras included, or maybe that is new. There's a new unit pack, new army designs, including regional Irish units, revolting nations like Northumberland or Cornwall or Wales, as well as the new music that is here. Their composers have been hard at work writing new songs to quiet the stormy seas of commerce. And we'll continue to the pre-order page now. So this is how it looks in the pre-order. Europa Universalis for Rule Britannia. Master Wind and Trade and Spark the Industrial Revolution in Rule Britannia. An immersion pack for Europa Universalis 4. Take control over Great Britain with new exclusive decision trees for England, Scotland and Ireland. New naval doctrines and Anglicanism. New Protestant faith. And of course there's great reductions among all the add-ons, DLCs and the base game now. You can get Europa Universalis 4 for $10, but of course there's all the downloads, ebooks, DLCs, whatever. They're also reduced. You can pre-order this for $9.99 and release date is to be announced. Platforms as Steam, OSs, Linux, Apple and Windows. Then while we're at it, let's look at the system requirements. What are the minimum ones? Windows 7 here, and an AMD 3500 plus, or an Intel Pentium 4 2.4 gigahertz, an NVIDIA GeForce 8800 or ATI Radeon X 1900 512 megabytes video memory, and hard drive 2 gigabytes. So it's okay. You can play it. Usually, if you have a normal PC that is under 10 years old and that was a gaming PC, you should be able to play it. It's in the Mac OS, you have to have a little bit higher recommendations here, probably because of the OS, and Linux has the same as Mac ones, so a little bit higher. Radeon ATI Radeon HD 6750, that is quite a good card already, even for today's stuff that can run a lot of things. NVIDIA GeForce 320, NVIDIA GeForce 9600 or higher, and 1024 megabytes graphics memory, where here is 512. So I think in Linux it's also lower. Yeah, look at that. The minimum and recommended are actually the same. So they recommend you play this at your minimum system. And what do you get? Let's go for the narrative introduction. Sales, steam, and supremacy. Nice alliteration there. Weakened by wars. And it goes on the continent with a feeble monarch and rapacious nobles. England in the mid-15th century had no inkling of the glories to come. It would be a difficult path through civil wars with an incompetent king for the start, religious upheaval, great fires and awkward unions, but the nation that would become Great Britain would rule a trade empire that spanned the globe, exporting ideals of English freedom with thought and trade, while making itself the most powerful nation the world had yet seen. Master wind and trade inspired industrial revolution grew Britannia, a new immersion pack for Europa Universalis 4. Main features: the new British missions for England, Scotland and Ireland. Industrial revolution with a coal, with higher productivity, innovativeness, we've already seen that. The bullet points, the Naval Doctrine, the Anglicanism and the knowledge sharing, we've had that already. So, there's also some more news coming about the dev diary, going a little bit more into further detail about innovativeness. See you there in a shortcut. So there we are, Rule Britannia, this time with a great flag. When we pre-order, we have heard that already. Here is the dev diary. I'd call it innovativeness and knowledge sharing, because it's about that. There's a new mechanic called innovativeness, a new value added to the game as a metric for your nation's forward thinking measured against others. It starts at 0 for all nations at 1444 and increases by +2 every time you are the first nation to research a new technology or take an idea. So taking an idea, that's quite a number of ways you can get these innovative points. So pretty good. So if you're small and want to stay on top of it, that could be some very different game than before. Because innovativeness counters the forward thinking penalty at least a bit. So what you can see here, the effects of innovativeness at 100 is all power cost -10%, yearly army tradition decay -1%, and navy tradition as well. Innovativeness can be decreased by behind neighbors -0.1 per month, and ahead of time it increases even if you stay ahead by 0.005 per month. So you can catch nations that are innovative. You can definitely catch them, but it's hard. And it's also hard to stay on top. So, tall empires who can afford the luxury of investing heavily into tech and ideas will find themselves reaping these rewards. And take on a new form if taking that tech idea will result in an innovativeness gain for your nation. Additionally, the Anglican faith will result in a 50% boost in innovativeness gain. So you can maybe have a small Irish innovative nation. That would be crazy. Very crazy. Very good, maybe. One has to see. So, that cutting edge will be a long-term investment, though, as falling behind in your technological advancements will result in your gains being lost by 0.03 per month. You're not ahead of time and gain the neighbor bonus in tech. And I don't know, these values are, we can discuss them. Probably still variable. And as a non-European, far away from the likely spawn points of most institutions, it can be a tricky thing to become world-leading at technology. Something to help you along will be the new knowledge-sharing feature in rural Britannia. The nations can offer to knowledge share to a country who has not embraced an institution which they themselves have. Target must be within colonial range and generally will not be accepted without an alliance in place. When accepted, this diplomatic action will spread the institution by +1 per month in the area where their capital is situated for 10 years. During this time, the nation receiving the institution will have to pay 10% of their income towards their benefactor. So it could be useful if you have some vassals to give them that, if you're technologically good and receive a lot of income for it, or on the other side, you could be on the receiving end and paying a little bit for great gain. Well, next week in the Dev Diary there'll be more goodies from rural Britannia. And so thank you for watching. I've also summarized the whole 1.25 patch and the development diaries and the immersion pack in my blog, which I've linked to you in the description below. And as I said, I'm linking to the video of DDR Jake showing off a little bit of the new features. So it's a short one. It's DDR Jake style. It's pretty good. So have a good time until then, and happy gaming. If you like videos like these, just subscribe to keep me company, to let me know why I'm doing this, not only for myself. So, have a good time until then, and happy gaming.